like Coach said the other day, our receivers just kind of had an off day and just talked about the fact that, hey, if one guy doesn't have it, another guy has to pick it up. UT feels, we're really deep at receiver, and that's one of the strengths of our team. And so, he's holding those guys to a high standard, and I think he should because, their potential is great. I think they've done great this camp.
Have they stopped dropping passes now? Because I think Coach had 6 on Saturday.
Yeah, that's just one of those days. It's just part of the game. You have good days, you have your bad. Even the best guys drop a couple passes in practice. But at the same time, it just shows how Coach Zwerneman is. He wants those guys to be perfect every time, and he's pushing those guys to be better than what they are. So they're great receivers. But everybody has a couple bad days.
Is there anything about the offense that surprised you so far about the way things are coming together?
Just how we run the ball. Our running backs have done a great job. I think we knew what to expect. But our offensive line has played really well. Matt Allen, Evan Ike, Patrick Lewis. There's so much attention by our young tackles. But I think the guys inside are really kind of that rock that holds the offense line together. And those guys have played well. And Matt Allen took a big leadership role as a center, and I think he's doing great. He has a lot to do with that. I'm just, it's just one thing about a quarterback. I feel you can't always be too fundamentally sound. And so I've worked with Kevin Murray this summer to try to shorten my release a little bit and work on my footwork. And it's still work in progress. And but at the end of the day, I'm trying to get completions, and however it comes out, it comes out. And hopefully it'll become muscle memory to me. And I'm trying to work on that every day.
How have you tweaked it?
Just holding the ball a little higher, just trying to just have an urgency getting out of my hand. Just trying to just deliver it as quick as I can. That's what I like to put that.
This is Kevin Murray, the fullback.
Yeah.
Well, how other than tweaking arm motion, how has your summer gone, your August gone?
It's gone well. I've just enjoyed being around the guys. It's my last year here, and there's so many things about camp and 2 days that that are rough. It's getting up at 6 in the morning and leaving at 9 at night. Just from all the meetings and the nutrition and the ice baths. There's so many things about it, but at the same time, I kind of cherish it due to the fact that it's my last one. As much as it's a grind, I try to just kind of really embrace the moment because it's my last time to be at A&M, and so it's a little bit August one.
Jerrod, on a personal level, how have you enjoyed working with Kevin Murray?
A lot. He's stern. He's a funny guy. We have a lot of things in common, but we're also kind of different personality-wise a little bit too. But he's taught me so much just about the fundamentals of the game. It's important to being fundamentally sound, and I needed somebody to go to help me out with that because I hadn't had much work with that. And the coaches can't do anything with us over the summer, and so he kind of stepped up. And I think important.
Do you share some old Jackie or old A&M stories?
Yeah, she shares a couple of them every now and then. But it's kind of cool just to understand. We were in a similar situation. Way back when it wasn't much different. It's kind of fun to see how things have changed. At the same time, it's still you're the quarterback at A&M, and it's pretty cool. So just try to prepare for the moment. I know for myself, I don't really see it as. I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't see a big game as a big game. But at the same time, 4th and 8 is 4th and 8 anyway. Whether 4th and 8 in practice or 4th and 8 in front of 8,000 people, it's the same situation. So you just try to play the situation out in your mind as much as you can, and try to prepare yourself for it, and try to get as many tips or triggers for yourself to know that hey, when they do this coverage or this down, so when that moment comes, when you're tired and it's on in front of national television, that you can just react. And so it's all about preparation.
Now, Tech has been your biggest win so far.
I guess, sure.
If you wanted, I've only seen you play one time,
okay,
or twice actually, but the last time I saw you play was against Texas. It was a great stat game for you, although you came up short on the score. So how, if you're going to take a step forward as a quarterback and as a team, how can you simulate those conditions in August?
It's just preparation. When games like that just come down to a breakdown of something. Whether it's a third down conversion we didn't make or something like that. I think that starts with practice. And you can practice as much as you can, but it does come down to us for the execution. But you can't really prepare for those situations in a sense. You have to act in the moment, but at the same time you only do so much, and that's so much in practice. And try to put yourself in those situations and hope you react accordingly when it comes.
With this being your last year, do you take it as a personal challenge to help the team get back to prominence this year?
I really do. That's one thing I feel that I do have a little bit of control over, and I'm just trying to work my hardest and try to prepare myself for us to win as many games as possible because I think with all these young guys and the talent that they have, and I think if we set a good example for them, not only for our last year we want to win, but if we set a good example for them, they can take that and roll with it, and just kind of put A&M back where it needs to be.
So you think what kind of person you are has helped you to deal with this?
Just to stay humble, and just understand that it comes with a situation. Don't get annoyed by it. There's certain things when you sign to play quarterback at A&M, you knew when you were signing up, that sometime maybe the starter, and if you have success, this is going to come. So just handle it accordingly. But at the same time, the end of the day, you're a football player. You're never bigger than your team. You know, as a quarterback position, it takes 10 other guys to make you look good. So, I mean, I can throw as great pass I want, the receiver doesn't catch it, or the center doesn't snap it to me, or the guys don't block. I mean, there's so many things that I need for a quarterback to be successful. So you understand that fact that you're never that good to where you don't need other people. So you take that mindset, and I think that'll take you pretty far.
I know you did your STEM teaching last spring. Is there anything about teaching, especially when you were at elementary school, maybe that taught you about how to be a better teammate or how to be a better leader? Is there anything that you took from that?
The biggest thing for me is to understand that people have different strengths and weaknesses. Kids have different strengths and weaknesses, and whether it's in the classroom or on the field, there's certain guys who have their strengths, and you try to apply those strengths, and you try to build up those weaknesses. It's kind of parallels in that sense.
So you think that's helped you be a better football player?
I think it has. I think all my experiences, whether it be working at camp, student teaching, living at home, I think there's so many things that I've been fortunate enough to do has kind of molded me as a person. I think all that does help a little bit on the field. Derek Jeter, Ken Griffey, us have people at the same time. I think that the people that you're actually around and they're actually tangible to you have the most impact on you. And I think my mom, my dad, my brother, and I think just the community of Humble, and the people that I was fortunate to be around really shaped me to be the person that I am, and I'm blessed with it.